This is the J Pitt Show.
How do you stay organized with all the financial moving parts of real estate? Do you have any productivity things or organizational systems in place?
So I have separated operations and accounting in our business. So, for example, both operations is in charge of expense and revenue, right, and managing the profitability of the business, right? But the actual record keeping is duplicated by accounting. So I mentioned in a previous episode that I have an LLC. It is no longer a disregarded entity. It is a S corp.
Mm-hmm.
So that S corp has a payroll that pays me, okay, on a regular basis and withholds taxes to be paid to the IRS that goes into my quarterly payments. That is then categorized as an expense of the business, of the entity. Any expenditure is paid for in one of two ways. It's paid for via check that is cut by accounting, that operations has to petition accounting for a check to pay for something, or it's paid for on a credit card. Okay, operations has access to the credit card. The transaction is cataloged at the time of expense or the time the expenses occurred in our, business kind of management software. And then when the credit card statement comes in, it is accounted for by accounting and then matched up with operations. So operations and accounting are both talking, right? If they have to request a check, it gets recorded in operations then, and at the time the check is cut by accounting. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And
How long did it take you to figure all this out?
It was very rudimentary in the beginning. The simple way is, like I said on that video, get a bank account for business only. Spend money from that account in whichever way you choose, but only for business.
Yep.
Okay? What I didn't say in that is that you pay yourself also, and then count that as an expense of the business. Okay? So write yourself. Several people had questions. Well, how do you pay your electric bill at home? Well, you write yourself a $5,000 check every month and deposit it into your personal account, or a $10,000 check, whatever your home budget is. But yeah, so what I did in the beginning, Ryan, is if I had to write a check, I wrote it from that account. When I deposited a commission check, it went into that account. Okay. When the credit card statement came in, I wrote a check to pay the credit card from that account, right? All the individual line items on the credit card statement got entered into QuickBooks like everything else, right? And I started off keying those entries in. Now I have people that do it. But the best way, okay, because the step in between where I am now and that early system, Ryan, was that I moved it all to accounting. I got an accounting person and I moved it all to accounting. But then the business operations suffered and expenses got bloated because while the income and expense was well accounted for, we weren't taking into account the strategy of performance for the business. So we didn't strategize performance. We were just like, oh, well, accounting wrote a check for that, And so now it's like, okay, operations is in charge of profitability. And so we scrutinize those expenses. Should we make this expenditure or not? As you grow, you need to work more on your business rather than in your business. And the problem, going back to that point we made a minute ago, real estate agents are defined by what they do. They want to show houses all day, every day, and take listings all day, every day, and negotiate, contracts all day, every day, which is great. Those are dollar productive activities, but it's hard to be in your business while working on your business at the same time. So I just got away from sales to create space for me able to make my business better.
Mm-hmm.
I got away from selling every day. And now, what's kind of cool is I have these systems in place that I've built and then handed over to great people. And now I can go back and sell for fun, which sounds silly, but I really enjoy it. I had a great conversation with a buyer seller yesterday, nice listing, great, awesome purchase price, looking in an amazing neighborhood, a friend of a friend got referred, really excited to work with them. But if I was doing all these other things, I wouldn't be able to say yes to that, and if I was doing 20 of those at a time, I wouldn't be able to manage my business the way I need to. So I think you're in that situation right now. You get 10 pendings right now?
Getting close.
So I mean,
10.
it's hard.
It's like 8.
Everything gets harder before it gets easier.
Yeah. A thought I had was, my real estate business didn't really start feeling, I don't want to say real,
Reliable.
but I mean, maybe real is the right word until you start investing into a SEP IRA or a brokerage account of some sorts, or even Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like it starts to feel more real once you start doing those things, or at least it did for me. For whatever reason, I don't know. I think it's cool to see that. Like, yeah, the SEP you're not going to see till you're 65, but it's pretty damn awesome and like feels good to put 40 grand into that every year.
I mean, most people couldn't dream of being able to part with 40 grand for the next 35 years, Ryan. I mean, think about that. You're not going to touch that for 35 years, and you can afford to put that aside. Like that is an enormous achievement in and of itself. Like most citizens of the United States of America can't imagine that. They can't.
And for
fathom
those
it.
that are listening, like it could be a few grand for you. Like I think once you start doing it, it really starts to feel like
Real.
this is your career.
Yeah.
This is real what you're doing, and I think it motivates you to keep growing, keep going.
Yep.
Like you want to keep doing that.
I agree. Like when I felt like an adult, like an actual adult, like is when I bought like life insurance. And I was like, man, if I die, somebody's going to get rich. And it's like, and it's like, I'm a real ass adult right now. Like
Yeah. I have the life insurance, sign the will.
estate planning attorney. You met with an estate planner. Like what?
Yeah, I haven't done that yet, but
I'm an adult.
haven't done that yet.
Well, when you get a few little ones running around, you're like, man, I got to make sure this is tight. Like I
Yeah.
can't just. I had a good idea. I did a will. Like, oh, that's great. But you got to start worrying about like what really happens if something bad goes down. So you want to make sure that those that you care about that are vulnerable are taken care of.
For sure.